And now it's time to pass!
Hey, what's going on everyone? My name's Edward Preston, and if you don't know anything about me, I love art. Plain and simple, I love art. And I thought in today's video, I'm going to share with you my past creations. Now, this could go good, or this could go bad, quite simply. Because some of my older creations I am absolutely ashamed of. Don't mind me, I'm just going to readjust the camera size because it's a little bit big. Okay, so, past creations, some of them aren't the best. And I have an Instagram window open as well because some of my pieces that I've done I've given away because they were commissions, or I have just either misplaced or, you know, done something else with it because it was a project that I had to give in for school or something. So without any further ado, I suppose, I have my folder here of all my previous drawings. I'm going to open them from the back and I'm going to go through them. Now there are some drawings in here that I am very ashamed of and I really hate and I wish I binned. But it shows growth. It shows from where I started to where I am now, and I'm going to try and do these in chronological order, but just as a, you know, a disclaimer, they are not in order. I don't think so. Yeah, I think I've ordered them like least favorite to favorite. I'm not too sure. But anyways, the first one from the upside down. Oh, okay, my first ever attempt at drawing Mario. Yeah, this is awful. Okay, so for starters, this man is way too curvy. I need to redo this drawing at one point. His feet are stupid, his face is bent, and his overalls, yeah, it doesn't look like stitching. It looks bad. Just plain simply, this is bad. Awful. So that's going to go to one side, because we finished that. The next drawing is Sonic Mania. This is another one I hate. Sonic, I think looks good. I like the Sonic on this, but I've been drawing for Sonic for years, so I suppose that adds to it. The logo looks iffy. Knuckles' head is too fat as his tails. The whole thing is just a disaster, to be honest with you. When I first made this, a lot of people liked it, but I didn't like it myself, and I still don't like it now. But bear in mind, these drawings that I'll be showing you now is what I use with my old pencils. The pencils that you can't do basically anything with. They're just like school equipment quality, which isn't very good, let's be honest. Okay, next drawing is the Omega skin from Fortnite in a cute style. Which is this. This is the first drawing I did with my new set of pencils that I had back in, which were the old pencils. And this was when I actually liked Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite anymore. Because I think Season 5 killed it, so this was the only Fortnite drawing I ever did. And I remember when I used to do all my old drawings, I used to put the game's name or whatever at the top of the page to say like, oh, this is the first Fortnite drawing I've done, and then I'd do a number 2 next to it, you know, with a hashtag. But that lasted long, I suppose. But yeah, this is the Omega skin, the first drawing I did, that I posted to my Instagram, but it's not available on there anymore because I took it down. As aren't most of these posts. I've took most of these posts down. Okay, the next one is my first ever attempt at drawing Crash Bandicoot, you know, with effort, and it turned out okay. I think at the time I thought this was really cool, but looking at it now, yeah, not so much. His face proportions are a little bit off. That looks stupid. The logo's a bit bent. His hands there is a little bit too big. The colouring's a little bit iffy on it. It looks better on camera, I'll be honest. The hair's a bit crap as well. Everything's just out of shape with this. But I suppose it was a decent first attempt. His nose is too small as well, but it's a decent first attempt, I suppose. I'm still quite alright with this being my first try at drawing Crash Bandicoot. But looking back at these drawings now, I'm a little bit embarrassed about them, I'll be completely honest with you. Oh, here's a drawing I never finished and I didn't want to finish. Sonic 06 models of Sonic, Shadow and Silver was supposed to go there, but I lost motivation. Again, these was with my old pencils, and as you can tell, yeah, these drawings are they're awful. Sonic doesn't look too bad. It looks like his 06 counterpart, but Shadow is just very, very minimum effort, and we're just going to move straight on from that because it's not finished, and it's a disaster. So yeah, expect a lot of that. Okay, this one I didn't plan on doing, but this was just a sketch that I did when I was bored. I just did Venom because I was bored. I think it looks alright. It looks really weird on camera like that because the angle with his eye. That's a little bit better, I suppose. But I quite like this. It's a shame that I didn't want to do this as an actual project, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do it as a proper project one day. And as you can see here, this was my old signature that this was my old signature that I used to use for signing my artwork, which I do not use anymore. I have changed my signature, and I'm going to keep it with the one I have now. Here we have a Sonic X drawing. I think this one's alright. I don't mind this one. The logo, I messed up a little bit, as you can tell by the little shadow thing at the top there. That's fine, that's fine. It's just an overall, just okay drawing. The only thing I can have a gripe about is the hand and the feet, I suppose. The hand looks really off, as do the feet. But that's about it, really. It's nothing special. It's just a quick drawing I did when I was bored, I think. I don't remember. Next up we have... Oh, no. I don't even know if I should show this one. Yeah, fuck it. We have Thanos. My first ever attempt at drawing Thanos. Now, as you can tell, it looks nothing like Thanos. The head is too small and humanoid. The hand is tiny. His body proportions are all over the place. Yeah, this is awful. And the Avengers logo's far too thin. Again, it's the first attempt when I basically know nothing about art. When I wasn't good at drawing things freehand without reference. Actually, I think I had a reference for this, which is even worse. But yeah, this isn't the best drawing I've ever done, and I'm not happy with it. And it's one of those drawings I also took down. Some drawings I just didn't pause full stop. Okay, what's this? Ah, this is just an outline of the movie Peter Rabbit that I did. I think this is alright. I had no reference for this apart from Peter Rabbit in motion on the TV at the time. If you can just see my hand like this, because I'm playing with my hair. I have long hair, leave me alone. Okay, actually I can do that tonight. Show the outline a little bit better. No, that's awful. Alright, so I quite like this outline. It didn't take me too long. I think it took me about, what, like 10 minutes? Something like that. But this is again when I didn't have my proper pencils. But as an overall outline, it's pretty good. I didn't colour it because I didn't have the colours, but maybe I'll colour it eventually. Maybe. Or I'll just redo it full stop. I don't know. Next up we have the Superman logo, which I did as a commission. But they didn't just want it sent. They just wanted me to draw Superman logo. It took me about 20 minutes. And as you see here, there's my new signature that I use for everything. I can just try and get my hand to cover that. I'm not doing a good job. I'll just lean over. Oh no, you can't see it. Right. So yeah, it's just a standard Superman logo. So you know, it's pretty standard. Okay, next up we have Nightmare Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. When I did this drawing, I was quite happy with it at the time, but then when I started colouring it, I messed it up because of that eye. The eye I just destroyed completely, and I had troubles blending it into the sides. As you can see here, it looks really weird. With a filter on, it doesn't look too bad, I suppose, and in the dark, it looks alright, but the outline's good. I like the outline. I'm not a fan of the colouring or the blending. It also uses my old signature on his arm there. Overall, it's just standard, really. Now, a lot of people will probably look at these things and go, wow, I wish I could draw like that. But believe me, at the time, I thought these were good myself. But now, after some major improvements, I don't like them anymore. Here is my first attempt at Finding Nemo drawing. I want to do another Finding Nemo drawing because it's one of my favourite films of all time. And I feel like this is underwhelming. Bruce looks fine, I suppose. But Marlene looks really off shape, and Dory's eyes completely filled in there, which I shouldn't have done. That was an accident. And her tail looks like a fin. So yeah, I did kind of mess this drawing up, and again, it's when I had my older pencils. Most of these drawings are. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a sniff. Got a tiny bit of a cold. So yeah, it's not the best drawing in the world, but I suppose it's all right for a first try. Again, most of these are just first tries. Oh, I didn't know I kept this one. I thought I'd binned this. Ah, right. But this is Sephiroth, the artwork version of Sephiroth from the concept arts. As you can tell, it's not very good. I'll just try and get some light on that. The face is a little bit meh, I suppose. Everything else is alright, but the body proportions are weird. And the sword's too thick as well. It's not long enough. The meteor's fine, I suppose. But just as a quick sketch that I did, I suppose it's fine enough. I didn't have any intent of colouring it, and I still don't. And I probably will throw it away eventually. Or I might just keep all my drawings to see how I improve. This is the PS4 Spider-Man. Again, another one that I'm not too proud of anymore. At the time, I thought it was good. I still like the web. I think the web's done really well. But the rest of it looks really stupid. He looks like he's in pajama pants. The spider's too thick, the eyes are off, and the muscles there are too big. as are they there, but the legs are just, he looks like he skipped leg day, and those hands are just disgusting. The only good part is this area, that's it, because of the web and how it links. So again, a pretty bad drawing, and I drew that before I even played the game, but then eventually I did play the game, and it's one of my favourite games of all time. Okay, moving on, we have Sonic and Shadows from Sonic Adventure 2/Generations. The first drawing I did that used a crayon, like a Crayola crayon, not pencil crayons. As you can tell, it's just very basic. The moon and the stars look lazy. Sonic's head and Shadow's head look too big for their bodies. And there are two parts that I left them coloured, which is there, which is supposed to be black, and there, which is supposed to be blue. So overall, this drawing is terrible. It's not terrible, it's just pretty bad. I have more drawings than I thought. This might take a while. This is my cousin Sans that he requested me to do. And if you're wondering what the words there say, it says, "You made it through every other year in your life till now," which is a quote from Sans, of course, from Undertale. He just loves Undertale, and he said, "Can you draw me a Sans?" And this was the outcome. I guess it's pretty good. It's not my best work by any means, but as a piece of work, I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, moving on, we have Twisted Foxy from the Five Nights at Freddy's book, The Twisted Ones. And this is one of my favourites. It still is to this day. Because if you want to know the backstory on why this drawing came about, we was cleaning out my room about 2 years ago now, nearly 2 years ago. And I just started drawing because everyone else was just on a break, so I started drawing. And this was the outcome. I ended up drawing Twisted Foxy. And I think this looks really freaking cool. The hand looks a little bit off because I didn't have the collar to do it. But as a drawing, I think it's pretty sweet. The outline's nice. The colouring could have been done a little bit better. But yeah, like I said already, pretty cool. This is one I drew on a video. This is Yoshi. It's just plain and simple Yoshi. Not much else that can be said about it, really. I mean, everyone knows who Yoshi is. So swiftly moving on, I think it's pretty cool. Oh, here's one that I remember doing. Infinite from Sonic Forces. Now, Sonic Forces, if you want to know my opinion on it, it wasn't very good. I've stated that in the video. The logo, I messed up a little bit, just a little bit. But Infinite's outline took me forever to do because of the mask. I always messed it up. But the rest of it, I really like. I like his logo a lot. And the Phantom Ruby looks cool. And the red outline that I did, because he has this like a red levitation effect, I think it worked. I think it turned out really, really nice. And it's the only ever time I've had to use my red fine liner, surprisingly. But Infinite is pretty cool. I still like that one. Moving on to Sonic's 28th anniversary drawing. A drawing that I did the night before and released on the day of his 28th anniversary. So as you can see, he's just got a big donut, which is supposed to symbolise a ring. And he's just there holding it, and it's still got my old signature. 28 years of speed. It's just a way to celebrate Sonic's 28th birthday. I'm a big Sonic fan, and if I didn't, get introduced to Sonic, I wouldn't be here making videos or playing games. So I've only got Sonic the Hedgehog to thank for me being a gamer, I suppose. So it's just something nice I did. I was going to do it for Crash Bandicoot and Mario, but I've already missed that, so whatever. Yeah, I'll show this. This is Diva from Overwatch. Someone asked me to draw Diva. I don't like it, to be honest. They asked me to draw it in this kind of style. Like, don't go for the game art, go for like a fan arty type style. And this was the outcome. Like I said, I don't really like this drawing. I think it's a little bit, the style is just bad, because it makes me look like I'm into drawing not safe for work content, which I'm not at all. I've never ever drawn not safe for work content, and I don't plan to. But yeah, as a drawing, it's nice, but I'm not quite keen on the topic. Oh, here's one that I like: a tonal drawing of Godzilla 2014. This took me forever. As you can tell, there's a lot of pencil smudges because I had to, smudge together Godzilla, but it adds like a smoke effect, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's just Godzilla, plain and simple, just roaring with the Godzilla 2014 logo, a bit squashed up because I drew it a bit big and it couldn't fit on the page. Yeah, it's just everything here is pencil. There is no pen or colored pencil on it at all. Just complete colored pencil. It's pretty nice. I still like it, but it could have been a tiny bit better. Next up we have Cloud Strife, my second attempt at drawing Cloud Strife, the better version of it, which I did draw on a video. The video is still available on the channel, and this is again when I use my old outline. I need to start doing some more art videos, I think. The only good thing to come out of this is the Buster Sword and the rainbow effect coming off it. Cloud himself is really just meh. Because I tried copying it from the Smash outline, but it didn't go well. That eye's too big, the hair looks weird, his muscles are disproportionate to his fingers. Yeah, it just looks weird. But again, it's my second attempt at drawing Cloud Strife, and I just turned into a Final Fantasy VII fan at the time, so I can cut myself some slack, I suppose. And what's next? My second attempt at drawing Crash Bandicoot, miles better. This is miles better. This actually looks like Crash. Well, the last one does as well, but you can't really tell. The only thing I have a gripe about is I started to use the wrong colour of brown on his gloves, so he has one finger that looks more orangey around the glove. But everything else is pretty sweet. The outline's nice, colouring's fine. Overall, just a quick drawing that I did in my free time, and it looks pretty cool. Right, what's next? Oh, Sans. Here we go. The actual Sans. This one is sweet. I really like this one. It's inspired by a fan photo. I can't remember where it is, and I forgot the link, so I apologise for that. But it's basically Sans with the Gaster Blaster. Again, I like Undertale. I think it's a fantastic game. I drew it as a commission from my cousin again. And I think it turned out really well. The Gaster Blaster's nice, and Sans looks intimidating as well. So it's a pretty cool drawing. I'm quite happy with that. Next up, we have these last few drawings are drawings that I actually spent a long time on when I actually started to give a shit, basically. So first up, we have a One-Winged Angel. So the final battle from Final Fantasy VII, and this is still one of my favourite pieces. Not only because it took me a long time. I think it took me a total of an accumulated 6 hours outlining and colouring. I just really like the style of it. I like how I decided to go with rainbow wings to emphasize like the light, glaring onto it and whatnot. Sephiroth looks cool, unlike the other one. Cloud looks pretty nice as well. His body proportions are finally in shape with the style. And I also included Barret and Tifa, but Tifa I did in an Advent Children styled. Well, it's not Advent Children, but it's got the Advent Children colours, which I don't know why I did that. I just had a brain fart at the time of drawing it, so I kind of regret that. But as a drawing, yeah, I think this is really cool. The only thing I don't really like is the cloud background, which is a shame because it's one of the coolest parts of the fight. Having, just being in the sky surrounded by these pink clouds. But yeah, I still quite like it. It's pretty cool. Nothing to complain about, really. Next up, we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku, my third ever Dragon Ball's drawing. Obviously, which is now changed because I love Dragon Ball. This is at the time when I only just became a Dragon Ball fan, and I swear to God this took me forever. It did. But the overall outcome I think is so good. Just the way the hair blends in with the skin. It was my first ever time at trying a blended Dragon Ball style, because it's got like this colour shading on it. And Super Saiyan 3 is one of my favourite transformations in Dragon Ball. I'll have to make a top 10 or top 5 transformations list soon. So that'll be interesting. If you're wondering what the black marks are, it's just the shading, really. I didn't know what, how to approach it, so I decided make it black and it might look cool, and it did. So yeah, that's the overall outcome of Super Saiyan 3. Really happy with this, and again, it took me a long time. Next up, we have Evolution of Goku. This is a smaller piece because I had to trim it down in a box, but this, I wish I recorded this. It was inspired by the other YouTubers who were doing this drawing. I saw a lot of other people doing this, so I thought I'd give it my own attempt. So you have base Goku in the middle with Super Saiyan 1 in the top left, Super Saiyan 2 in the top right, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Super Saiyan, no, not Super Saiyan, sorry, Ultra Instinct Orman, and Mastered Ultra Instinct. Mastered Ultra Instinct I don't like. I really messed Mastered Ultra Instinct up. If you have a look, the colouring's a little bit off. Oh my God, the light. The colouring's a little bit off, and the eyes look really strange. As with Kaioken Blue, the face looks a little bit off. Super Saiyan 2 looks a bit tanned. But as a drawing, yeah, I think it's really cool. I wish I spent a tiny little bit more time on it because it could have been a wee bit better. But yeah, I really like this one. Next up is KSI in Dragon Ball style. I drew this to celebrate KSI winning the KSI versus Logan Paul rematch, and everyone on social media when I drew this, well, on my Instagram, on screen now, follow it, everyone just went crazy at me in my direct messages. They said, "That's so cool. How did you do it? Why did like how did you do that?" And I went, "Just put some time into it. It took me about 4 hours, I think, an hour for the outline, 3 hours for the colouring." But I did get distracted because a lot of people wanted me to do stuff while I was drawing it, ironically. But yeah, I think it's really cool. The knowledge in the middle is what I wanted to stand out the most, because obviously it's his tattoo, and I thought it'd be cool if it stood out because, well, obviously he's got the boxing knowledge. I mean, it kind of goes with it. But it just, I don't know. I thought it would look really cool if I did it in pen rather than coloured pencil like the rest of it, and it did. And then obviously you have like him in a Super Saiyan stance with an aura going around him. So yeah, it's just KSI as a Saiyan basically, but without the tail. So I think it looks really cool, and a lot of people also agree with me on that. Next up, okay, we're coming down. Oh, this is the last A4 one. The one, my most recent drawing that I did yesterday. Dragon Ball Super Broly. This is my best piece to date, in my opinion. I absolutely love this. I mean, granted, it took me the longest time out of everything, so I'm going to have some bias towards it. But just look at it. This is so cool. Gogeta looks amazing. That's the best Goku and Vegeta I've ever done. It looks like them. Broly looks really cool as well. Shenron, I kind of messed up with his eyes. I mean, I suppose. Chilai, I also messed up a tiny little bit. I forgot this motherfucker's name, but he looks fine. And then you've got Golden Frieza as well as little Broly sat on top of Bar. So, yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I just love the bottom part of it with Gogeta and Goku and Vegeta. Just because of the background and the aura around Gogeta and Goku. Vegeta's not so much, but obviously it's done now. I can't really fix it. Broly looks really cool as well. I just think I could have done the aura a tiny bit better. And this part here behind the Dragon Balls was supposed to be the destroyed ice caps with the lava, but it just accumulated into a jumble of colours, really. And they were supposed to be mountains with the Shenron background, you know, when it turns all dark, which again just turned into a jumble of colours. And I decided to give Shenron a golden outline. I didn't have that at first, but I think it benefited the drawing a lot. But yeah, this is my favourite drawing that I've ever done to date. It looks so cool, and I just love it. It took me a total of 8 hours. So now that's the A4 drawings out of the way, we can move on to the A3 drawings, and then to the lost drawings. So we'll start with the one I did not most recently, sorry. The longest time ago. I think it's this one. We have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh god, that's not going to fit on the screen, is it? Don't mind me, let me just shrink this down a wee little bit. My throat's getting really dry. I need a bottle of water. I'm doing too much talking. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So this is... I did this around January time, after Christmas, which is when I got my Nintendo Switch with Smash, and I love Smash. Smash Ultimate is just one of my favourite games ever made. It's fantastic. So as you can see, we've got Mario, Kirby, Pikachu, Little Mac, Pac-Man, Sonic, and Cloud. And I did Cloud because my uncle loved Final Fantasy VII, but at the time I had never played Final Fantasy VII. Upon drawing this, I did not play FF7, and that is one of my most regretted things ever, holding back on playing Final Fantasy VII. But when I first drew this, everyone who I knew family-wise praised Cloud. They said it was great, but my family has a connection with Final Fantasy VII as well, so maybe there was some bias towards it, but I agree, Cloud and Sonic are the best things on there. Kirby, I can't say, because Kirby's just really standard. Little Mac looks weird, as does Pac-Man. He's not supposed to be down there, but I was told to add him, because why not? Basically, it's not. I didn't finish it because I didn't get the floor done, but it doesn't bother me too much because, again, it's not one of my favourite pieces. And the paper I did this on is terrible. I hate the paper material here. Up next was my first ever attempt at drawing Cloud Strife, and it's awful. I hate this drawing so much, with a burning passion. Now that I'm a Final Fantasy VII fan, I hate this drawing. Cloud looks anorexic. His hair is just really disproportionate. It just looks like a wig. He looks like he's not even holding the Buster Sword, and the sword itself, like, what's going on with its proportions? It's really thick up here, but it goes really thin down there. If I kept it, and the handle's not even straight either. Like, it bends. His arms are too thin, he's too thin, his belt's too big. The colouring's a little bit off. The only good thing is the shoulder plate, if I'm honest. Maybe the face. But yeah, I despise this drawing with a passion. One of my least favourite drawings. Moving on to my first ever attempt at drawing a Dragon Ball thing. And I wasn't a fan of Dragon Ball at the time, I just did it because everyone was going crazy about Dragon Ball around school. So here we have Super Saiyan Goku. Considering it's the first attempt, it's not too bad, I suppose. The hair's fine, the gi's fine, you know, the aura's fine. The only thing I have to complain about is the face. It just looks so weird because it's not centered. The eyes look off. It's not square enough because Dragon Ball's got this really weird square style to it. So it just looks off. So yeah, that's that. Just quickly moving on. Next up we have Super Saiyan Blue Goku versus Full Power Frieza. Again, another one I'm not too pleased with. Goku and Frieza's necks are fucking huge. They are far too big. Yeah, there's just a whole lot of neck in this picture, which there shouldn't be. The blue hair the blue's hair looks off. Frieza looks off as well. He doesn't look like Frieza that much. That's too big. The facial features are just like meh. You know, it's just really off. I like how I did this thing in the middle though, like blended them together. I might try this again one time with other characters from maybe other franchises, etc. But this, I'm not a fan of. I just think it's bad. Okay, moving on. I'm going to save the best to last, obviously. I just want to do that. Next up we have Shadow punching Sonic in a Sonic X style. Sonic looks fine. I quite like the Sonic here. Apart from that finger, it's too big. Looks like he's been stung by a bee. Shadow's proportions are off and his head's too big and that fist is too big, but I suppose it emphasizes the power of the punch. But that's about all I can say about that. There is the speed drawing of this is still on the channel, by the way. Yeah, you know, self-promotion. And the last drawing to show off is an A3 drawing of Super Sonic vs Perfect Chaos, which is my second favorite piece of all time. This is great. It took me a day, well, to count the hours. It probably took me about 12 hours. It was my first ever attempt at drawing Perfect Chaos in a setting like this as well. The paper has unfortunately been creased over time due to moving stuff around, but you know, you can't do much about it now. But as my first ever attempt at doing something like this, I think I've smashed this out of the park. Sorry, this looks great, and obviously I've got some personal bias towards this because, you know, I'm a Sonic fan. Sonic, but hear me out. I have no nostalgia for Sonic Adventure 1, and I don't like Sonic Adventure 1. The only thing I like about Sonic Adventure is the final boss. Well, there is some bias, I suppose, but I've got bias towards it because it's the first time I tried something like this. And it's just the scale of it, you know, with how long it took me and all, how long it took me to get Perfect Chaos's face right. I had to go through many different changes to Perfect Chaos until I eventually settled on a Generations style, but with the Adventure 1 colouring. But yeah, this is Perfect Chaos. To go over my top 3 drawings, I'd probably say this is number 2. The Super Broly drawing that I showed not long ago, about, what, 5 minutes ago nearly? If I can just find that one. There we go, the Super Broly drawing. Which would I say is my third favourite? I'm not too sure. I'd probably either say KSI or the, you know, the evolution of Goku, or maybe Super Saiyan 3. I'm just chucking a bunch of shit around, I'm sorry. Or One Winged Angel. They're the contestant. Oh, I forgot about these. My apologies. Okay, so if you don't know what these are called endless cards. Basically, you open it up and it shows something new. So we have base form Goku first. In the other side, we have Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4. This was my first ever attempt at making an endless card. I think it turned out pretty cool, apart from the first page. The presentation's a little bit lacking, but yeah. And then the next one that I still own is Broly as a child, adult, Super Saiyan Berserk. And obviously this is Broly from Super because I don't like original Broly. And now to make the video even longer, which again, apologies, I have some more drawings to show off that I don't own anymore, that I've sold or given away as a gift. So to go back to recording now, I'll keep my face cam up here for no apparent reason. Here we have the Sea Dragon Leviathan from Subnautica. Now I can't open this image. I just liked it myself. I can't open this image because it won't let me, unfortunately. But yeah, we have the Sea Dragon from Subnautica, which I should still own this image, but I give it away to a friend as a gift because he really likes Subnautica. He still owns this drawing. I'm quite happy with it. I tried to recreate something I did in school actually. I did this in school for a you know, a thing, and whatever. Next up we have a meme drawing, Ricardo. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this one for long. Someone requested me to draw Ricardo. This was the outcome. Moving on. Then they asked me to draw Movie Eggman as Ricardo. Again, no comment on this one. What's up next? And then we have Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars. Again, no comment on this one. I'm not too happy with this. I suppose it's alright. The person who requested it was really happy though. Then we have Midgar. I'm really, really happy with this one. I have like the outline, and then I decided to do it like this. I would have this one here with me, but I have actually used it for my school project in art, and they allowed it. So I'm really happy with that they allowed me to use that. I still have the original in school, in case I need to photocopy it. But once I don't need it in school anymore, I will take it back and put it in my folder. Next up, we have Stitch, which is also in school, but my teachers decided to pin it on their wall. Because me and my friend had a Stitch drawing competition, I won, and then I just thought, I'll just give it to my teacher, and they said they're gonna keep it on their wall, so that's pretty nice. And then we have another endless card of transforming Goku. So first up on this card, we have Kaioken times 10. Then we have Super Saiyan 3 Kid from GT. After the Super Saiyan 3 Kid, we have Super Saiyan God Goku. And then we have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. I believe this is my best endless card, and obviously I did it for a friend who paid me to do it as a commission. But overall, I believe my artwork has come a long way in the last 2 years. I'm very happy with the stage I'm at now, but obviously there's still time to improve. For Christmas time, I'm getting a big sum of money, so I'm going to be ordering myself some new pencils, which are really, really high quality pencils, so I'll be able to draw some really cool things, as well as getting some Copic markers in the future to improve my Dragon Ball, because I really want to become a Dragon Ball artist, as I love Dragon Ball, and I think drawing people in the style of Dragon Ball, as well as taking styles from other series, just mashing it into one, I think it's going to be really cool as a future for me, because I would just love a career in art. It's just my passion, it's my hobby, and I can't see it going downhill from here on unless I stop. So thank you all for watching this excessively long video. I understand it's a long video, but yeah, if you stayed through the entire video, I thank you, and I will see you all in the next video of mine. Comment below what you think my best drawing was, or give your top 10, whatever. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, and peace out.